Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Ms. Amrita Suhasini Suman, and she will talk about Cashew Apple, an indigenous nutrition goldmine. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Dhanalakshmi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am Amrita Suhasini, founder and director of Amritattava Nutrition Private Limited. So today, it's a very interesting topic because we'll be talking more about the reality and how people are suffering at the same time. Maybe there's lack of awareness, which is the reason we are facing this problem. So at Amritattva, we have come up with something very interesting product which called Cashew Apple. So my journey started because I have studied food and nutrition from Pondicherry. Uh, then I moved to Delhi. I have worked as a nutritionist. Then I applied for this grant called DBT Barak SIP Fellowship, where I got this idea that went out and we were asked to see what the exact problem people are suffering from. So it was not something one day I woke up and I thought I want to work on this. No, that was not the idea. So we went out, we talked to people, we understood what is their problem and what is their need, and what are the current issues which are going on with respect to food and nutrition. Of course, there are tons and tons of problem everybody is facing, but since being a nutritionist, we were more focused on something food and nutrition. And later, I sowed the seed of Amritattva Nutrition, where we are working with something very interesting. We are trying to cater the malnutrition. So, if we talk about the malnutrition, it's a huge umbrella, and many initiatives has already been taken. Why we were interested is that our idea is to convert to come up with something convenient food. Now, convenient food is something where the person who is consuming the food need not to put so much an effort. It is not exactly a ready to eat, but something where it can be consumed directly. And if you see the market and even you see the current lifestyle, we are so much into going ahead with something which is plant-based, no chemical, no synthetic item. So we saw that this market is actually increasing every year with 11 to 12%. And just not just in India, that shift has not just seen in India, but even outside. And people have started accepting this plant-based, clean label at a very higher scale. Already in US, people have shifted. They have given too much value to the turmeric. We have got to know about this. It was everywhere on the news, how they have tried to take the patent and everything happened at a legal level. So, you can see the drastic change and awareness which is being spread right now. So why great, why we are choosing this to come up with something, which indigenous products which are being produced large in India, but the farmers maybe they are not aware, or maybe we do not have the infrastructures as of now, but maybe through our initiative, government will get to know, we get some help. And when everybody will, unite and come together, definitely there is awareness and people will start working on it. So the one product which we have started working on, our hero product, is cashew apple. Now, cashew apple is a fruit of cashew nut. If you see, India is the highest producer of cashew nut, and one nut will have one fruit. If we see an approximate value of, I'll say 6 million metric ton is being produced, and we have no idea what to do about it. Either it is going on waste, either cattle are just using it, or at a very small scale, I'll say 10 to 15% is being used in making feni. Now, that is a very alcoholic drink, or maybe used at a very local level. So now we are trying to, come up with new products or the local level which are already there, maybe in the field of nutraceutical, or we are making candies or pickle, all these things to commercialize it. And at the same time, not just cashew apple, but the same kind of harvest. For example, ginger, turmeric, jackfruit, jamun, tomatoes, mangoes are being produced at a larger scale, and these farmers are just throwing it. Again, like I said, there is no awareness what to do about it, how we can process it. And that is where Amritattva is coming up with the technology. And we are using all those harvest and we are making a nutritious product where you can just add it to your food. That is the idea we are coming up with. So if we see, we have gone to all the level, like we have seen rural level, we have seen urban level. We saw that along iron is the highest problem in India right now, like iron deficiency. Then comes the protein deficiency, for which many initiatives are taking place. We see all around there are awareness about the protein products. Government is promoting it. They are giving the pills and tablets, but nobody is talking about the calcium deficiency, with which people are suffering very silently. And all across the world, I'll say a 40% population is suffering, which includes majority of women, those who have crossed age of 30, or children, and even the geriatric population, who have gone through their lifestyle, but at this scale, they need some calcium from outside because our body cannot generate it. So if you see the ratios, like rural level or the urban level, everybody at an every age wise, people are suffering and having this deficiency and bone issues. So we've been out, we talk to people, we talk to doctors, we talk to pediatricians, we have talked to the people. And like I said, this is a picture which I'm showing right now because we were doing our survey in Odisha, Nagara village, and they were just having this rice, salt, and garlic. And when we asked, like, why are you are not including those green vegetables and maybe dal and all these things to your diet, so they were like, we see our grandmother consuming it, and this is what we've been having every day. And when we went and asked the grandmother, she was like, we don't want to change our lifestyle. This is what we are. And today, if you come and say, add this, do that, we are not doing it, we are not interested. And this was not just a story. I'm talking about Nagara village. We went out to the entire city and we talked about this. So one thing was very clear, that people are not ready to change their lifestyle and they are not ready to compromise with the taste. Now that's a biggest factor for any food product being launched or there in the market. So right now we tried to cater each and everything. The problem we saw, like huge harvest, but it is getting lost. There is problem of malnutrition. People are not ready to change their lifestyle or add anything. So the mission we are trying to come up with is to reduce the waste, creating sustainable solutions. We are not here to waste anything or to create a revolution. It will take some time, but right now we want to mingle with the existing lifestyle of the people. If we talk about the expertise, we have been producing right now with the cashew apple, and we have catered the supply chain, because which was the biggest issue as compared to any other fruit or anything which is a tropical fruit. So that is what we have, shown the expertise. We have worked on the supply chain, and now we are bringing this cashew apple to the market. So the opportunity we saw that there is no convenient choice for women, especially because they are the one running the house. But when it comes to them, because the number of women are more when it comes to calcium deficiency as well. So they will do everything for the entire family, for the children, for the husband, for the grandparents. But when it comes to them, taking a glass, adding the supplement and consuming it is a task for them. So we wanted something which could be very convenient choice. So if some staple has been made in your home, just something which could, kind of magic, just a different addition, not a separate addition, not a separate task. We also saw there are very few economical or malnutrition combating nutrient products are there in the market. They are, but we are very specific, or they are into pharmaceutical or nutraceutical. And we also try to come up with which is very local, nutritionally dense. We are not going out, we are not buying avocado and making, and they're saying, oh, see, this is what product we have, very interesting. We are using the harvest which are being grown at a higher scale, with which, farmers are suffering. They have no idea what to do. So we are coming with those ideas, and we are day and night working on those R&D. Something which is Indian diet compliant, because like I said, people are not ready to compromise with the taste factors. So we want that people sitting in Delhi would enjoy their chole bhature the way it is, and people sitting in South, they enjoy their sambar the way it is. So that is the kind of everything we came up. And later we also discovered that, people are so much into, after COVID, there's so much awareness about the immunity booster, bone health, and overall health. So that was the overall opportunity which we had, and we worked, and we understood that there is a need of supplements or food product which could be a home fortifier, because going out having a tablet become a task. That is a place where people are missing out. We talk to the patients, we talk to the doctors, and they say people are not consistent with the tablets and medicines. They take it in a different way. So we wanted something which could be part of their daily household and which could meet the nutrition deficiency on day to day basis. So we came up with this cashew apple powder. Now, cashew apple comes in the family of anacardic occidental, which is also a family of, I'll say, pineapple, which is also family of mango. And this cashew apple powder blends with all the food. Just name it, like dal, sabzi, curry. You have pizza, you have pasta, you have chocolates, you have your regular laddus. You can mix it anywhere, and that is ready to eat combination, and that will give your calcium requirement, I'll say more than a 66%, and then vitamin C, which we giving five-fold when you compare it with any other citrus fruit, be it orange, be it pineapple, be it amla. We are giving five-fold what you've been getting right now. And this is something where you need not to put any effort, just add it to your cooked food and enjoy the dish. Rather, that will also enhance the flavor. So right now we are targeting at, the empowerment as a 90% factor. So this happened, when we started doing it, we went out, we talked to the farmers, we talked to the people who will help us, all the stakeholders, and we got to know that we are doing the procurement and storage. It's mostly women who are involved in these cashew farms. More than 90% women are doing this procurement. They are picking the nuts, they are doing the sorting part, they are removing the nuts, and entire training was given to these female farmers, and they are really really happy because we've been able to remove this third party. There is no middleman involved, and these revenue goes directly to them. Of course, there is an effort where they are plucking it, where they are giving me the good quality, they are sorting it. We've been bringing it to the cold storage, even there, and even the time when we are processing it. So entire chain, it's the women who are involved, and I'm really glad to tell, like, it's like 90% women. We hardly need at a 5% men, because we want to maintain that balance. So we've been able to achieve that, and it's a great experience working with each and every people at a various scale. Even at the time of marketing, it's the women who are handling it. So right from the when we are procuring it till the time we are bringing to the market, it's all women who've been working, and we are trying to bring it at a pan India level and pan world level. So right now, we have reached Odisha, we have reached Maharashtra. This year, we are trying for Andhra Pradesh. At the same time, we are trying for Kerala, we are trying for Tamil Nadu, we are trying for Karnataka, all these places. So if you talk about what makes our, cashew apple unique. So first of all, this product in itself, I'll say people are not having much awareness. People from the tropical region can relate. They have some childhood memories to it, but other people would not even know that cashew has a tree, it has a fruit, on all these, the story behind it. But we have worked towards it. It's unique in itself, first of all, the cashew apple. The second is, like we have said, we have put all the effort, and we have removed all the effort which the consumer will have to put. So there's no cooking required. So your food is prepared, your lunch is prepared. Take this powder, add it to your existing food. That is what it'll blend with all the food items. There is no compromise with the taste. We have tried with Maggie, we have tried with chocolate, we have tried with buns, we have tried with dal, we have tried with buttermilk. Just name it. So there's no deviation of the taste. So it's really easy to even give it to the children, because this children has this problem of changing the taste every 10 days, 5 days, 15 days, right? So mother, they suffer a lot. And nowadays, even the children are getting these lactose intolerant. They are not able to digest the milk. That is where they are missing out on the calcium content. At the same time, we are giving the support to the bone health. We are also helping with the immunity. When your immunity is balanced, you're able to retain all the nutrition properly. And it is 100% plant based. Right from the time we are procuring it till the time we are processing and packing it, there is no involvement of any chemical or synthetic item. Still, we are able to, increase the shelf life. Right now, we are claiming 12 months. We have already worked for another 12 months, 2 years, and currently we are working with the third year. So that's how we are trying to increase the shelf life without any chemical or synthetic item. At the same time, there is no aftertaste, there is no bitter taste, there is no side effect, you need no refrigeration. So these kind of benefit which we are giving, and that's the reason we are saying it can be exported as well, or it can be used in various industry where this food product can be used. These are a few lab reports which I have shown to get an idea that our product is rich in vitamin C, five folds, which I'm talking about, and also calcium. Now, calcium, which we are giving in 90% of the RDA. So, if I have to say, like milk is giving you 1,000 milligram per 100 gram, we are giving 900 milligram per 100 gram. So, this is where we are meeting the your 90% RDA of the calcium. And we have also done little comparison for you to understand that if we talk about cashew apple, of course, there is no cashew apple powder existing in the market right now. There are few products made from cashew apple. They are candies and they are dried fruits. They are making pickle. They are making halwa, squash, other things. But it has not been commercialized. They are present at a very local level. But if we compare calcium wise, either we have natural products, meat and meat products, or dairy products, yogurt, seed, green leafy vegetable, or some fortification has been done in our existing food, like mostly the beverages. Now, what happened when we do this fortification for calcium? There's a very peculiar smell to it. And to suppress that, we further add some synthetic items to bring it to the taste of, especially oranges, is the most preferred flavor and smell which we prefer in the food industry. Or maybe we have fortified cereals. Again, these fortifications could be beneficial, could not be beneficial for your stomach. And then to suppress that smell, we add further synthetic chemical items. So when we see, different parameters that our cashew apple powder have no synthetic, no chemical items. Bioavailability is actually 50%. If we compare the bioavailability of any tablets or any synthetic items in the market right now, they are either non-vegetarian sources and the bioavailability is hardly 20 to 30%. And there will be some side effects. They maybe, we women, if we suffer a lot from bloating issues or digestion issues, there will be nausea, all these things. But with plant-based, there is no as such problem. It's all natural resources. It is affordable, and we are trying to bring down the price further so that it can reach every corner of India. Uh, so these are the products which right now we can think of, and which I can make you explain, because there are various application of cashew apple powder, but it could be part of a government scheme or home fortifier or a kind of mix which is already being there, and we are fortifying with calcium, which is natural. We can make alcoholic, we can make non-alcoholic drink both the ways from the powder. It's a very good ingredient for bakery. It helps you with the rising capacity, it gives you the texture, it is giving you the taste, flavor, everything, and even in the FMCG. So, the idea is like you're enjoying your Maggi, you're enjoying your biryani, instant biryani. So, that biryani will have some value addition to it. So, it add as an ingredient over there. So, if you see the worldwide, there's a huge demand which is getting not just in India. We are also getting demand across the world, and mostly it's if we see the trend which is there in the market right now, it's mostly North Americans and Asian being consuming these kind of supplements. We consume a lot, and because of COVID and changing lifestyle, everything, the personalized kind of diet is there. So even in one household, nobody is eating same kind of food. So one person might have some requirement or some modification or personalized diet which they have to follow right now. It's all because of awareness. It's all because of the lifestyle. It's all because of the availability and to the sources. So these kind of these kind of changes are taking place, and we saw, like anything which is in powder form, which is having vitamins and minerals, and which is helping with the immunity and bone joints, helps a lot. And that is where, we came up with this product. So that's the reason we have kept it in powder form, so that people are consuming it and in a better way rather than taking it as a pill, where they think, they are not well and something is wrong with them. So that should not be the case when we are taking any sort of supplement. You should be very positive about it, that you're adding something because there's some lack of vitamins and minerals in your plate. So that is the reason, and that is the opportunity we got, and we came up with this idea. If we see the market, it's huge, like I said already, like at a various level. But currently we are targeting women with calcium deficiency, women and children who are having this calcium deficiency, the geriatric population who are done popping pills. They want their plate to be colorful. They want to enjoy the food. They don't want to have liquid diet. Individuals who are having weak immunity or taste loss. So this combination which we have of fiber, we are having vitamin C, we are having zinc. So this helps to retain, bring back your loss of taste. And the villagers, the women in village who do not have access for such calcium food, although their lifestyle is really good, but sometimes, like I said, they become really negligent towards their own lifestyle and their health. So that is where we want to, collaborate with the government and bring this product in the market so that it reaches every corner of India. So, uh, with this cashew apple product, we are not just helping with the post-harvest loss. We have worked with the technology part. We have involved all the women, and I'm really proud for that. I'm still working that we can, scale up at a very, very higher scale. Health issues is what we are taking consideration. Like we are working with the bone health, we are working with immunity, we are helping with the gut health because our product is also rich in fiber. Now, this fiber is in natural form, which helps to maintain your skin health, which helps to maintain your gut health, and so your overall health will be like considered. And then the social impact which we have, right? We are taking these from the villagers. We are involving these, we are increasing the employment because at every scale we need the supervisor, and we are hiring the supervisors from these particular villages. And I got really really good response, and it's a very good impact. When I go out, I talk to these women, I train them, I stay with them, I eat with them, so it's a very heartwarming kind of connection which I have with them. So same happened in Odisha, same happened in Gujarat, in actually Gujarat as well, and in Maharashtra as well, where I'm working. We are right now processing we have our processing unit in Gujarat, but we have collaborated with various incubator centers. We have collaborated for our technology part from ICT. These are our team actually. So at a market level, we have Ms. Prajakta. For the business and R&D part, we have collaborated with twin engineers who are Gujarat based. For the technical part, like I said, we have collaborated with Institute of Chemical Technology and Mr. T.S. Giridharan sir are from SSIN, Tamil Nadu, and they are helping me with the market part. And of course, we have Sri Ram sir who are helping me with the processing part again, because this is the kind of community we have developed as of now, but we are trying to scale more and spread this awareness more so that people come up. And I really get those mails and calls from the FPOs and the farmers who are growing this cashew apple. They're working with the nut and they want to do some more value addition. It's really interesting to know that yes, people are aware and they are willing to go ahead with it. So yes, I'll stop my presentation over here. So I would like to have questions if there are any.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for a wonderful presentation. I'll take up the questions now.
Thank
The
you.
first question is, what business models can help farmers earn additional income from cashew apples instead of discarding them?
So currently, like I said, people are using making the fenny, but the problem with fenny is it's very geographically confined, as in you can only make fenny in in Goa because it has a GI tag. But other than fenny, the first thing we are working is on cashew apple powder, and we are trying to decentralize it. Like we are trying to have our pre-processing unit in different states. But for that, we are looking for some support from the government, from different organization. But that is the first, I'll say a business model which we can look forward in collaboration with Amritattava for sure. I'll be a little biased with that. And we can have a small setup where we are able to pre-process it at least, so that those training and everything can be given to the farmers. Other than that, we are coming up with few more products, where maybe we are doing R&D on some extraction. We are doing with some more food products like squash and pickle and other things, which can be developed in our lab and which can be processed further. So we are looking for such kind of collaboration from farmers end, from the FPOs end, and from different state organization. So yes, I mean this way we can proceed ahead.
Okay. Is there a
Hello.
you got my question?
No, no, I think you were not audible for the second question. Can you please repeat?
Okay. I will do it again. Can you please stop sharing the screen so that we can see
Yes,
you there?
maybe the bandwidth issue.
Mm. Okay, fine. This is okay. I'll move on to the second question.
Please.
Is there export potential for cashew apple based products from India?
Yes, there has been huge demand because, of course, India is an for cashew apple. For India, cashew apple is an indigenous product for sure. And people outside are being using this cashew apple powder, if I talk about, in making some cosmetic products. They are doing some sort of extraction. They are also using it in food industry at a very local level. They are also making, I'll say kind of very regular stuff like flowers and chapati. They are doing the clean label addition to it. So there's a huge scope. That is where we are working, and that is where we have this pressure of scaling up, and we need such kind of support there as well. So yes, there's a huge demand, especially if it's a clean label where no chemical, no synthetic item has been added in the powder form, of course. Regarding the juice, it comes with little compliances and license. But yes, people are also exporting some kind of alcoholic drink outside. So there's a huge scope. People are already there. There's awareness, and we can further work on it.
Okay. What are the major challenges in commercializing cashew apple products?
Okay, so there are many challenges, I won't lie. There are many. It's first is like, it's a seasonal fruit, right? So that is where we have little constraint that if we want to have a supply for the entire year, we'll have to make sure that our supply chain is sorted. So that is the first challenge. I'll say it's the seasonal fruit. So if anybody or even when we are working, we have a entire plan for it. Like, when we are procuring, how we are procuring, how much we are procuring it, and the storage and everything comes into play. That is one. Second is the perishable. It's a very perishable item. Like, once it's plucked, or even because of the heat, because when these cashew apple are being grown, that time all these tropical region have temperature of approximately 40, 45, exceeds to 50 degrees, where we have this government warning that do not go out, but we'll have to go out to plug these things. So all these challenges comes with it. So of course perishability is second problem, but then once you have tackled that, you know that your product, how it's going to work, what are the people who are helping, at different scale you collaborate and people are there to help you. So there the challenges become like you are able to solve the issues. So these are the two major challenges, and once it is being processed, it has a good shelf life, and totally depends on the final product what you're processing. But these are the two major challenges. Otherwise, I'll say, from the human angle, from the manpower, definitely we have huge manpower in India. People are ready to help. They are there to support you. So I won't bring that issue in the market right now. So yes.
I'll move on to the next question. What investment is required to start a small scale cashew apple processing unit?
Okay, so if we see at a very, not a hi-fi or not too much R&D, if that has not been done at a very small scale, it's a very normal process, I'll say, where if we talk about the powder, we are taking the fruit, we are doing cleaning and all, and then we are dehydrating it. That's a very basic kind of thing. Or if we are making a pickle, it's a very household thing, which I saw in some places in Odisha, some places in Kerala, and some places in Goa as well. So it's a very easy and go-to kind of product which can be brought. It's just the awareness where we'll have to put much effort or maybe some financial effort, because People are not aware. And the moment you start having your market team or market effort, that brings little cost, but otherwise the processing part is really reasonable and affordable. Anybody and everybody should do it though. But yes, I mean the if we are looking at the FSI compliances or maybe the export compliances, that maybe that will bring little cost, but that is like, once you have the compliances, there won't be further expenses, but the processing part is really affordable.
Okay, and Jacob, the next question. Are there
Okay.
any government schemes or subsidies available for cashew apple value addition?
I'll say not precisely for Cashew Apple there are, but there are few government scheme who are working with cashew nut. Now with the nut, they are working with the like subsidized. They are coming up with a scheme where you get subsidy from the bank and from the government, and they can show the value addition. Other than that, there are various central government schemes available where we can show in two aspects. One is food and nutrition, and second is waste to value. So right now, in the very common term, it is a waste, where people are not, it's an underutilized fruit which is there in India for so long. And that is where even we put an effort to make these farmers understand that, all these years you've been discarding it, you've been underutilizing it, but we are here to utilize it, so give it to us. So initial 1 to 2 or 2 days, I'll just add this story to your answer as well. That initial 2 3 days were, very difficult for us to make them understand that yes, we are coming here, we'll be procuring from you. So you have to do that effort. So they took us very lightly, like, okay, she's coming for 1 day and maybe she's not gonna come tomorrow. So they were not ready with the harvest. I gave everything. I came up with the pickup truck. I gave them the crates and everything, but they were not ready because they have seen this thing like people are coming and making the commitments and not picking up the harvest. But from the third day onwards, they were really serious and they put that an effort and they gave it to us. So yes, I mean these are the scope we can look forward. So so I mean, yes, I mean these are the schemes where, and if you go to like if you have a company registered, so there are various calls which keep coming on Startup India, and various incubators they have various scheme. And if we talk about women oriented, there are various other schemes which are helping women as well. So we have to keep looking for it, and there are various calls through which we can apply.
Okay. What quality standards or certifications are required for marketing cashew apple products commercially?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, I'll say. So first of all, what we need is a FSI license since it's a food product and we are selling it. It starts with the registration first, and then it goes from central license, state license to central license, depending how you are marketing it. If you are just marketing in a state, then you just need a state license. Otherwise, if you're trying to scale up at a pan level, pan India level, then you need to have a central license. That is a kind of compliance you need to have one, and then you need to have the nutritional report from the FSI again, or maybe any other NABL affiliated lab. Now, these lab will give you good report, like, what kind of nutrition do you have, carbs, protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, whatever you want to show, and like top five nutritional parameters which are mandatory for FSI. And these kind of report needs to be updated every 6 months on FSI portal as well, because you now have a profile and there you're working as a merchant and you have to keep uploading it, so that kind of strict process which are there in the market right now. Other than that, if you're exporting outside, then you need to have export license. And if you have collaborated with some organizations, for example, APEDA and a similar organization, then RCMC is what you need. So these kind of compliances you need to have.
Okay.
Right.
How can startups and entrepreneurs participate in developing cashew apple based functional foods?
How they can participate? So, collaborate with us, join our team at once. First thing I'll say. Otherwise, there are like various, I mean, totally depends, what is their level of interest. There are various institute who are just doing research level. For example, NIFTEM, IFPT are there. There are NIN. These kind of institute are doing various kind of research. There are various cashew research institute as well, like organizations as well, who are precisely doing for cashew and cashew nut and byproducts. So there they can do such kind of development of the product if they just want to be a study level or a research level. Otherwise, collaborating with institutes or a company like us, like Amritattava, or various other organizations who are working with Cashew Apple, they could be part of it. Or third, they can have their own standalone, startup where they are working on something very interesting.
Okay.
Right.
How aware are the Indian consumers about the nutritional benefits of cashew apple?
Like I said, not at all, not at all. So, if I go to people who've been grown in coastal region, they are from the coastal region of India, they know because they have some, summer nostalgic childhood memories. But other than that, people who are living in central India, they have no idea about how this has been grown, what cashew apple is. Maybe sometimes they think cashew apple is cashew and apple, that kind of thing. They think like it's a combination of thing. But cashew apple in itself is a product. It's rare. I'll say 5% or 10% would only know what cashew apple is. So it is taking time for us to make them understand. But if we talk about the nutrition wise, yes, people are totally aware what calcium is and how much they need. They're totally aware what fiber, what vitamin C, what is immunity booster they need, what their children need, what mother need, what the geriatric population needs. So everybody is aware in nutritional wise. But if we talk about other product wise, so there is very, very, very less awareness, and that is where we are working on.
How important is branding and storytelling for promoting indigenous fruits like cashew apple?
Yes, it's really important, because people they believe in story, and if we have something, which is related to our history, which is maybe Ayurvedic based, Unani based, or something related to our grandmother recipe, so people relate to it more, because they understand there is no side effect. Okay, we've been using it; it was there in our family, so those kind of awareness we need. Uh, Again, because people are, if they're not aware, they're not going to buy it. It's a very simple thing, right? If we see for even a 5 rupee biscuit or even for a detergent, how the awareness is being spread. And currently, when people are so much into internet, everywhere people are promoting at a very, very small scale, even the making a profile on social media till the time you are watching any video and any advertisement will pop up. So people are going crazy in all the form. Maybe you have banners, you have newspaper. Those print media has gone a little down, but still they have their own importance. And awareness is very, very much needed um, because I think with the trending world, people they want that kind of health awareness and happiness and that kind of clean label, but then they are not aware that the knowledge is not being passed to the next generation. So if we have that knowledge somewhere, we are working on it, we have done that research, so we'll have to bring that knowledge to them, we'll have to make it very accessible and very easy for them. So it's I think it's our job, and in today's world it is easy. I mean, we depending on what kind of the profile we are choosing, what kind of resource we are choosing to bring it to the market or bring this awareness. Totally on us, on our strategy, but there needs to be aware about this kind of products.
Okay. How can farmer producer organizations collectively process and market cashew apple products?
So there are various organizations with them. We are also trying to collaborate. Right now, we have collaborated with Odisha Forest Department, and we've been trying to promote them. So we buy from them these cashew apples, and then we further process it. Currently, what they are not processing this cashew apple at all as of now. But this is where we are working on, that we have been trying to collaborate, we are trying to decentralize. So what they can do best for us, I'll say, is that to keep a good quality, I mean, the kind of training which we will give, definitely that will be a part of the entire process. But they can give us the good quality of these cashew apples, which we can use further, and we can train them further to, do the pre-processing. So these kind of product at a very initial scale, we can work on. But later when we scale up, we can have like each, farms or each center, each FPO can have our own processing unit. Currently, what I see with the cashew nut, the government is also taking these kind of initiative, and every FPO will have their own processing unit. So these kind of work has already been taken place. So we are trying to collaborate with them so that, few, if the setup is already existing, it gets easy for them to understand. And rest of the burden is on us to how to train them, how to make them understand what will be our standard. So that pain is what we are taking. But otherwise, you all the FPOs and all the cashew farmers are welcome, to collaborate with us.
Okay. We'll take it the next question. What strategies can help create consumers' demand for new cashew apple products?
These, I think the most strategy, I feel that consumers are already very much educated, right? Especially now, they are very much educated, they are very much aware, they know what they want. So it's just that we'll have to serve them. This is the kind of thing which we have. So they know that I have iron deficiency. They know that I have problem with my hair, so I need biotin, all these things. So people are I'll say there's extra educated, and there's also kind of myth which is going on. So maybe we work in two ways. One is that to tell them that we do have such kind of product which you're looking for, and we can help them to understand that few things are kind of myth. There's so much awareness that people are getting confused now. So sticking to one point, so we have to work in both the ways, that we are giving them the product, that is one, and we are also helping them with the nutrition part or maybe their customized part, where each and every individual would be benefited. So both the kind of thing which we'll have to do, even awareness from their own personalized lifestyle and the diet which they are seeking for. Because if one day one kind of diet or one kind of supplement helped an individual, it won't gonna help the other individual. So kind of the change which we have to bring it to the other individual is kind of awareness we'll have to do. So these kind of thing will have to make sure that either we have different ranges or we are able to educate them that, hey, like this is the kind, or this is the combination gonna work for you. So you can reach out to us and we are here to help. So these kind of combination which we have, if we have such kind of services and facilities, it's gonna help our consumer.
Okay. Can solar drying or dehydration be viable method for preserving cashew apples at the farm level?
Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely. We have already tried, and we are just trying to, bring that a little more technicality to it, more quality to it. We have already worked that. The only problem comes towards the end of the, I'll say the end of the harvest, because the harvest cycle start from February end till March, and it goes till May and June. But all the coastal region during that time will have some sort of cyclone. So there's little disturbance then, but initially what all solar availability and the panel and the dryer which we have, it can be fully utilized. If it's not cashew apple, then other harvest can also be used, because cashew apple is our hero product, definitely, for sure, we are not denying that. But at the same time, the technology which we have will also help to regenerate or kind of help us to retain the the harvest, using other harvest as well which are being produced, and we are not able to use it, we are not able to retain that, or we are not able to increase the shelf life. So there, the solar dryer or the modified solar dryer can be used there.
Okay. Can cashew apple be used in livestock feed or bioproducts to ensure zero waste?
Yes, definitely. And thank you for bringing that term zero waste. So we are trying the same thing, like, right from the cut part to the whole fruit to the juice, everything is being used in cashew apple. So our idea is actually zero waste. And when we talk about the livestock, yes, we are trying to bring this cashew apple in animal feed as well. That R&D is still going on because even their compliances, their rule and regulation, their nutrition values are very strict and a little different from human. Although what animals are eating are equivalent to what humans are eating. Their quality is also very particular and very specific. So we are working on that, and it has huge potential to be part of the either I'll say animal or livestock food item or even the pet food. And nowadays people are very specific. The pet owners, the pet lovers, they are very specific about the kind of food they are feeding to their pet, and a very commercialized or very personalized kind of diet are also being given to them. So yes, it has a huge potential over there as well.
Okay. Are there clinical or scientific studies supporting the health claims of cashew apples, ma'am?
Yes, there are many research done for the cashew apple benefits, health benefits, and that study is still going on. There have been national papers, there have been international papers. They have worked with the obesity, they have worked with the retention. If we are making any quality food in bakery, so at a various scale, this has been done, and it has been very much beneficial. The fiber part to maintain the sugar level as well. So those kind of study has already been done, and that's the reason we are very proudly able to bring these kind of claims and benefits in the market right now, and we are further doing that, but there are papers already existing regarding the health benefit.
Okay.
Right.
We have now completed the round of questions, ma'am. Thank you very much. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we would like to thank Ms. Amrita Suhasini Suman for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will be closed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me and for the wonderful meeting. I'll say it's very interesting to talk about our product and make people aware, and these kind of platform we need, because I think you must be aware about the product, but this will reach thousand other people who might be in need, might be looking for such kind of products, but they don't know that Amritattva also exists. So I
Definitely,
would also
ma'am.
like to thank you for having me.
You're
Thank
most
you.
welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.